A lot of times in my life, I avoid responsibility. Today, we're going to avoid some bourbons going into 2025.
There has never been more of a true statement stated on any video that Bourbon Kingdom has ever put out.
Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are going to talk about some things that we're going to avoid in 2025.
Yeah, these are bottles that were just kind of
over.
Yeah,
I think over is a good word for it.
And there's a lot of different reasons. Some of it is the quality. Some of it is the financial burden of actually having to buy one. And some of them are just both.
Yes.
So, you know.
I would agree with that.
Now, let me say this. If one of these bottles was to produce something really good, I'm open to it. But most of them, for either the cost or just the pure quality has went downhill, I'm just not interested in buying it. Today, we're going to talk about the biggest thing that helps us do whiskey reviews and survive drinking all this delicious whiskey, which is Z-Biotics.
Z-Biotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. And here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct into the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make Z-Biotics your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. It's in your best interest to click the link in the description to get 15% off your first order at checkout. Plus, Z-Biotics offers a 100% money-back guarantee. If you're not completely satisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Just click the link below.
So guys, look, I can't stress this enough. I've given this out to friends and family who have tried this, either from going on barrel picks or just from the holidays. And guys, it's a total game changer for everybody. I know it's been a game changer for us. Can't recommend this product enough. Thank you, Z-Biotics, for being a great sponsor of this channel. We love you guys.
And a lot of times for us, it's going to get purchased because we're going to make a video on it or something.
That is honestly a big thing, too. I do purchase a lot of bourbon around here that I'm just going to want to, we just want to do reviews because you all talk about it or it's popular or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, it just sits there for a long time, especially when it's not good.
So if you appreciate our input at all in how you go about purchasing bourbon, this is kind of one of those lists that you can kind of allude to when you're out shopping and going, which one was it they said? All right. And while you're doing that, just hit the like, subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you can know when our videos drop.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and start this out. Does it really matter? Let's go ahead and we'll just start with.
Okay, Bulleit 12. All right, so here's my point of view on Bulleit. I have not really enjoyed Bulleit. I don't want to say not never, because there's been some picks before that I've enjoyed. But, Bulleit came out with this. This was fine. It wasn't the end-all, be-all that I was hoping for. I seen that it had a big 12 on it. So I was 12 years, it's probably going to be pretty good. The proof wasn't great. It was 94, I think?
I can't
94 proof. It's just I'm kind of just tired of buying Bulleit and then not really liking any of it. There's some new Bulleit that's out now, and I don't know if it's just it has a new bottle and everything else. And actually, I like the design of the bottle.
Yeah.
But I think it's just their stuff, and they just came out with it. And I was like, maybe we should. I'm like, why do I want to think about reviewing this? Because we don't love it. I will say the cask strength's good, but again, I don't love it enough.
I've had a few single barrels that I'm like, that was a good barrel that they popped out of there, and that was decent. But generally speaking, and I know there's a bunch of you who are Bulleit fans, and so again, everything that we say on this list is not going to hit you. This just kind of happens to be for us one of those distilleries, one of those that we just kind of a miss for us.
Yeah, agreed.
Generally speaking, so
you take it.
Yeah, sure. You take it. Next on the list is, and as much as we love Wild Turkey and we love Russell's. Whatever they're doing with this from a price perspective, I think is missing the mark.
I think it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, the liquid inside is still fine. Like it's not great. It's not terrible.
Oh, I would argue some of it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the silver dollar pick.
This one.
This is a prime example of somebody pricing themselves out of something.
Yeah. I feel like I bought this for $75.
No, it was more than that. I think it was like 90.
This one, I don't think it was $90. I feel like it was less than $90.
I'll check the receipts, but I'm pretty sure it's 90.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was right at 90.
I think it was 90 because I was like, I'm not buying that. And they're like, no, please try it. And I tried it. I was like, case. And like, I felt like so ashamed.
I mean, it was.
And that's what I was telling you. Like, I even think I told you whenever you went, because I think I beat you to it.
Yeah,
and I was like, you've got to try it. It's expensive, but like, you got to try it. Because this one's they had two of them. Is this the 11 year?
I got the one that's almost 12.
Yeah, it's like almost 12.
Yeah.
And it's just like, guys, like, again, I love Russell St. I mean, I love Wild Turkey. It's just like, I'm just tired of paying that price that Diageo wants.
And for a lesser years most of the time.
Yeah,
it's
that's
between
the other thing
eight.
too.
It's between
like,
7, 8. I mean, 8 and 9 years usually.
These are special because I think Silver Dollar gets their respect and they get to carry that.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah.
But just like in general, though, whenever you're seeing these pop up all the time, it's just like,
Yeah. The next one, the Woodford Double Oak, and if I'm understanding correctly, that they're not doing them in this anymore. It's going to be in the club. It's in the club bottle. The club bottle, which is a 700 milliliter.
I think so.
I think those are 700s.
Yeah.
Again, when this first came out,
bangers.
yes,
Some of them were bangers.
I have.
The 2020 was a good one. That's the one that's right there.
I have one at the house that I got for my cousin because he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to get it. He tried it down there and he goes, yeah, probably not worth it. I haven't been able to try it yet, but I've heard nothing but mediocre things about it. So it just makes me go, I'm not spending $200 on a bottle.
That's the problem. Whenever I have had, in the last few years, I have had better Woodford Double Oak picks than Double Oak.
I have quite a few Double Oak picks that I drink on quite regularly.
And you're getting them for half the cost, or now since they're in like the 700, now it's like, a quarter of the cost. I don't want to say quarter, but
Yeah.
My point is, it's much more cheaper. It's more available. You don't have to worry about hunting, going crazy for it. You don't have to go down, in December or January, whenever Woodford releases this, and it's in the middle of a snowstorm on a 2-lane road that semis are going up and down on.
Truth.
Truth. It's not like dangerous conditions or whatever. Now you can get 6 to 8 of them at a time at one point in time, but it's too expensive, and the product just isn't the same quality that once was.
I'd argue almost all the 375s have been pretty disappointing. All of the distillery series that they've been doing have been pretty disappointing.
You know what's crazy? There's a couple of them that are crazy awesome, but man, like for the most part, they've all been.
Listen, if anybody out there has a 5-wood, a distillery series of 5-wood.
Did you take that one?
No.
I think I have one back there.
It is my jam, and I'll take 4-wood. I'll take it. You just get me with your trades, and I will do it.
Here we go.
Anyway, we digress. Let's go ahead and finish this series out. So let's go. This next one is the Yellowstone, the limited release that they do every single year. It's that 101 proof. I don't really know. I hate that these aren't great.
I don't know.
But they just haven't been great. What was it? 2020 was the last. That one's a good one.
2020 is good. So if you look up there, if you look above the Kings and
the ones in the straight in the tubes too. Yeah,
the ones in the tubes were.
Yeah,
but you see, I don't know this for a fact, but I've been told this. I've been told that like the 2020s I guess
and older,
younger, or whatever. However you look at it, you go down, right? Previous releases from 2020 going down. They all had older Jim Beam in it. So, and when I say older Jim Beam, like 7 to 15 years old.
Yeah.
Or 7,
Well,
12, 15,
that could be an understanding of why it was so good.
And I think some of it now is just younger.
Yeah.
I think they use different stocks now. Like, I don't even think they use Jim Beam anymore. I think it's more like, other brands that we don't love. So I just think a lot of it's changed. And I do agree. I think Yellowstone is awesome to go to. I think it's awesome to hang out at. I just have not loved any of these, and these are not cheap to get either.
No, they're not cheap.
So
for sure. Next one is this is just representative of Remus in general.
Well,
like not in general, but these special things like this. This was a gimmick, and probably paid off for them. They probably sold most all of these. I'm sure they did. So it is what it is. But the liquid inside for the price it is pretty disappointing.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. But I'm just tired of spending $200+ on a Remus product, this or Remus Gatsby or whatever, and it doesn't quite live up to that.
Yeah.
Like, have they done really good ones before? Like the Volstagg, I think.
Yeah.
That was really great. I still like the Remus Reserves.
Yeah, but that's
Penelope's doing good stuff.
Yeah.
With MGP now, or Ross and Squibb. It just like these are such a tough price point anymore. When your own products that you're producing, you get multiples of for less cost.
Yes.
And I just would rather have those. That's at the end of the day.
Yes, for sure. And then the last one on the list is the Evan Williams Single Barrel. There's a lot to like about this. Generally speaking, these are generally pretty good. But
used to be.
They're not as good as they used to be.
Yeah,
that is for sure. But this bottle also used to be $27. Mm-hmm. $27. As it sits today, if you go to Liquor Barn, which I'm sure the other places are maybe a little bit higher than Liquor Barn around us, this is $55 to $60 now.
I've seen it for $60 at a liquor store the other day.
$60. Again, for what this was a great bottle at $27. A great steal at $27. Now this is just in a muddled mess of $60 bourbons that I would choose 15 other bottles at $60.
I agree. The issue, again, prime example, product got younger,
mm-hmm.
product doubled in price.
Yes.
And I think some of the age is coming back, but the price of the bottle isn't coming down. And, we've heard a lot of rumors about Evan Williams and stuff and how they're doing as that side of the company. I think this is a really prime example. Because originally, at one point in time, this was going to be Kentucky exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I don't think anybody was buying it.
No.
I think this has been sitting on shelves. I've been looking at, there's a store that I like to frequent. That's not one of my regular stores, but like whenever I'm just out, quote unquote, hunting.
Yeah.
And I always look at dates on certain bottles.
Yeah, for sure.
Whenever people have kids or whatever else. And I swear, there is a liquor store that's a big liquor store in our area that's had the exact same Evan Williams single barrel for almost a year.
Yeah. This one's like 7.5. Just this one as an example.
Yeah.
And that feels a little young.
That is a little young.
Yeah.
Because I've had to buy it. I think I bought it a year ago whenever we did something. But, it's just like, I don't know. The Russells, they're both just really disappointing because you know what they can be.
And they used to be they used to be a value.
They used to be a value,
yeah.
And they're just not anymore. So,
all right. Well, that's our list of things that we're kind of trying to avoid in 2025. Again, we're not avoiding anything like the plague. If something pops from that, if we hear that Yellowstone 2025 release is awesome, chances are we're gonna buy it because we're gonna want to review it and kind of prove ourselves wrong in this. Like, mm-hmm. We just want good people to make good whiskey. That's all we kind of in our heart of hearts. That's what we want, and we want to give you all
good advice as we're going through this too, to just kind of go like, hey, these are the good options. So if we're ever wrong, we're wrong, and we'll readily admit it. So
agreed.
Yeah. All right. Well, till next time.
We'll see you.
We'll see you.